I'm so Hollywood, lights, camera, action. You know the cameras flashing when I'm passing. Welcome to the Highlight Reel. I am your host, Lester Green.
And I'm Nas Panky.
Yes, and today we have a special guest. Her name is Miss Deeta West. She is a lovely woman, a lovely wife. She's an incredible actress. She's been in a lot of Christmas movies that you might recognize. She even got a chance to work with Julianne Moore. Yeah, Julianne Moore, go figure. Anyway, welcome Miss Deeta West to the show.
Not even married yet, and you're already sneaking around, you rascal.
Hey, Aunt Myra. Thought everyone left.
Oh, no. This time of year, we're all here 24/7. Sisters are upstairs, and the boys went Christmas tree hunting.
Still?
Okay, Miss West. So again, thank you so much for being here on the Highlight Reel. You are our first guest. It is a pleasure. Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely, absolutely. So how are you doing? I feel like we haven't spoken in quite some time.
It's been a while. It's been a while because you've been so busy. I guess nobody can really touch the hem of your garment. So, you're kind of doing your thing, but all is well. It's just been an interesting time as we all know, and we just have to keep pressing and keep pushing and keep your eyes on the prize of those things that you are passionate about. And it doesn't mean that we have to be on lockdown, our minds and our creativity. We may be shut in, locked down, quarantining, all of that stuff, but we should keep it moving. And so that's what I do in this season of my life. I'm gonna keep it moving.
Amen.
I love that.
Amen. I love that. That's right. Stay positive. Absolutely. So I've been doing a lot of research. I am so inspired by you and your journey. And I want to start off with you being a minister, a woman of faith, and having a talk show. And my background is in TV production. So I was just watching the order and the format and the structure of your talk show. And it was so on point. So great job with your talk show. And I watched the episode where you had your husband on. He was your guest.
Mhm.
And I just wanted to know, how did you transition from ministry into film, into being an actress? And did you ever have to turn down roles just for your faith and your standards?
I was pretty much active in the industry, but then when the shift and the calling and the burning down in my spirit came, I knew that God was going to guide me all the way. And I told God, I said, you'll be able to trust me in the midst. And yes, I just made the transition. And of course, it helps when you have a partner, a spouse, a person in your life who supports that, and he supported, he knew what I was doing before he married me. So it wasn't like him saying, okay, now you're the first lady of this church, so you need to just sit on down somewhere. You can't be doing, and it wasn't that. He received some flack within the churches that he had pastored because they wondered, where's your wife? Why isn't she sitting up there on the second row? She had to do a movie, or she was in a fashion show, and it just fell during the hours of church. So, and it was that kind of thing. So the transition for me, I told God that he could trust me, as he has to do all of us. Can he trust us? Trust us with trouble, when we get in whatever happens in our life. Can I trust you? God saying, can I trust you so that you can trust me? Yeah, all that. So I know that may sound, so I knew that he was going to guide me. And yes, there were roles and auditions that I turned down and roles that I accepted.
It seems like you get cast as the aunt or the wise sage. How do you feel about always getting those roles? And do you see yourself breaking out of that box and possibly playing a mistress or the hot lady next door does that ever cross your mind? Because I know Viola Davis is always talking about how people have this image of what a beautiful woman is supposed to look like, and she's breaking down all types of stereotypes. Can you just speak to us about that?
Mhm. Well, we get typecast. I mean, I'm okay with it as you give me my coins. Oh, I'll be your grandmama. I'll be your great grandmama.
That's right.
You just pay me.
I love it.
So I'm not stuck there, because if I was stuck there, like some talent or actors that I know, then that means you're passing up jobs and passing up opportunities.
Opportunities, yeah.
Yeah. So when people ask me if they're writing something and they want me to be in it, they'll say, I'm getting ready to write something. What would you like? What character would you like? Because I want to kind of write something that you would be into. I know what you can do, and I'll say, a psychiatrist. I'd like to be. I can be the woman, the mistress. The only problem is I turned down another audition because and it ended up being that if I had have taken it, I would have been in partly nude. It was a comedy. It was Bernie Mac show.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I would have had to show a little bit of nudity, not unless they were going to use somebody else to show their private parts or
The
whatever.
parts, yeah.
But I didn't want to feel comfortable. I didn't feel comfortable doing that. But I'm comfortable with the ones that I get cast for, and what you see, the Aunt Myra, which is in the Christmas movies, the grandma. I just do what I do.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that brings me to one of my questions about Chandler Christmas. It looks like such a fun movie. Can you tell me a little bit about the movie, the role you play, and what do you remember? What was like one of the funny behind the scene moments? Like, basically, is it as fun behind the scenes as it is in front of the camera?
Whew, that's a lot, because we've done 5 movies. It's a franchise, which I know we've been trying to. When I say we, the writer and the creator of it has been trying for a while to get it to go into series, because with so much meat there. But my role as Aunt Myra, I'm basically the one that is what word would I use? I guess I'm the sane one. I don't know how else to say it, but I'm the oldest sister, and I'm the only one that's married. So my husband, the Greg Allen Williams, plays my husband, and so we are the strong, point in the series, and I am the one that is basically bringing the calming force whenever there's crazy stuff. If you watch the movies, you'll see that most times I can get a little quirky, but in most cases I'm like,
Yes.
really? Oh,
Mhm.
oh, is that what you? Oh, okay. I don't think so. But my other sisters, like Crystal Wilson, who is wonderful. She plays my sister. You probably remember her from, and I know she follows her, the Players Club. She plays Ronnie.
Yes.
Yeah, and so she plays my sister, and then Victoria Rao, and of course you know that name. She plays my sister, and then Melinda Williams plays my niece. So we just shot some stuff that is airing even as we speak right now. Even it's airing
Oh, awesome.
because it's on what is it? Up TV. Up TV is doing a
Okay.
marathon, and it's running back to back, all 5 of them in sequence. But what we did, and it's such a fun group. Like I said, such an amazing group. We are family. Even after all these years, we miss each other.
Yes.
Like, when are we gonna get back on set, man? And even my real husband calls Greg Allen, "How's your other husband doing?" Or when we've gone to events or screenings or whatever back in the day, and he'll
Yes.
and my husband might holler across the room, "Hey, Greg, I got your wife, I got your girl over here," So it's that kind of thing.
Mhm.
So I know you were in a film called Redeemed, right?
Mm.
You start alongside T.C. Stallings. I wanted to ask about that film because I looked up the synopsis, and it's about this woman who becomes the youngest female judge, minority judge. And I wanted to ask you about that. What is it about stories like that that resonate with you? Because it seems like you pick really good roles. You don't just do any and everything.
Right. And the great thing about it is when you have, in that particular movie, the two gentlemen that, the ones that cast me in it, they basically, and it's a blessing when people just see you in a role. And they just, they said this role fits you. And again, I was a mother, and TC was coming back home, and we did that so long ago. He was coming back home because some things you're trying to redeem, some things to be redeemed, some things to happen, and it resonated with me because it comes from a place that where I've lived. When I say I've lived, it I'm familiar with it. It's not like a teenager. You can sit down with a teenager and they're going to understand when you talk about segregation and how you've experienced and your parents and like my mom worked in the kitchen. My mom worked. That's how we got all of our doctors. We didn't have to pay the doctor that she worked for. He was automatically. We didn't need medical insurance because her pay, she got paid, but also the other favors would be through taking care of the family, the doctor that she worked for, and the doctor who also owned several department stores. My dad worked as the head of maintenance for one of his stores. He got paid, but he also had a job. So we were kind of enslaved, if you know, because it was like we were beholding to them because we're doing all this for you. But that was survival. They put us through college. We did what we did, and we ate well. My mom would cook, and at the end of the dinner party or end of something, what was left in the pot, they didn't do leftovers. And they said, no, when they first told her, no, don't pack that and put it in the refrigerator. Just throw it out.
What?
We don't throw it out.
Don't waste
I
food.
got you to throw out. Where's aluminum foil?
Right.
My kids are gonna eat this filet mignon and these lamb chops and this stuff.
Oh my goodness.
These steaks, these big old steaks. And so she didn't tell us until later. So we just thought, oh, we doing good. The people in the neighborhood, what y'all have for dinner? Oh, we had steaks and baked potato steaks. Oh, y'all living large. And so I thought I was living large. We eat leftovers and good leftovers.
So I remember we were having lunch together, right? And it was at your place of employment.
Oh, across, yes.
Yeah. And I remember you reading an email and you said, Lester, I booked the role. I said, wait, for what? And then when you told me, I don't know if you remember this. Do you remember that movie with Julianne Moore?
That's The Glorias. It's the story.
The Glorias, yeah. And I said, Julianne Moore, and you were just going through all the names that are tied to the film. I had to ask you about that project. What was it like filming that? Because that is a Hollywood movie. That's another level.
Man, and it really was supposed to be released this year in the theaters.
What?
But with the pandemic, Julie Taymor, who directed it, she I guess they said we gotta get this movie out however we can. So it released on September 30th on Amazon Prime. So you can see it on Amazon Prime. I don't know if it's gonna roll back around, if they are gonna eventually put it on, but that when I booked that, I didn't realize how intense it was. Intense because again, back to what we were talking about earlier about redeemed, and so relatable because it's taken from the 60s. And if you see how they had me
Yeah,
made up, that whole look, that I sent that stuff to you, it
I
just,
saw it.
and to play next to one of the leads, which is Alicia Vikander, and you have to look her up. That was amazing. It was so amazing. And then to have the director, and here we go, the director and the producer. I was getting ready to leave and head back to Atlanta. We shot in Savannah to head back to Atlanta, and I was coming out of my trailer and getting ready to leave, and they both were coming it because it was at that point we were taking the lunch break, and she said, "You were amazing," and I almost fell out because this woman, she is power horse, Julie.
Yeah.
She's a power horse, and all the people, the wardrobe woman, she did not handmaidens, but I forgot she's all of these, A players. I mean, I don't think of myself as less. We always think of ourselves as an A player. I'm striving towards the A player,
Right.
It was so powerful. Even that scene that you saw,
I saw it.
I can't even tell you. And then to have the A player who I'm doing the scene with, Alicia Vikander, I'm standing there and they were trying to connect something to do something with me. I can't remember what it was, but all I know, she didn't feel that they were handling me correctly. Whatever, I can't even remember what it was. I was just so in awe how she just said,
She stood up for you.
don't do that like that. You should do this and be careful of her. Be careful. And I'm like, whoa, because you don't get people, the big players, that are even paying that much attention to you or even care about you. They're just concerned about taking care of themselves, make sure I'm powdered, last looks, make sure I'm shining and all of that stuff. So I reflect on that, and where I go with that is I think about, Lord, my thoughts, the way I feel and feel about how I want to be treated. I treat people like I want to be treated.
Yeah. One last question. I'm sorry, I have to ask you this because I don't get a chance to talk to you very often. We don't get a chance to talk to you. So I have to ask you, you remind me so much of Phylicia Rashad. And I wanted to ask you about Tyler Perry, because Tyler Perry loves Phylicia Rashad. Have you ever worked with Tyler Perry? And if so, what was the role? And if you didn't work with him, would you like to work with him? Because I could totally see you in one of his films. I don't know why. I just see you playing one of those characters because he loves women. He's such a huge fan of women empowerment. And you know that already. Nas, you know that too. He loves celebrating Black women.
Yes.
So I wanted to ask you about that. And then I'll leave you alone after that.
Well, no, you don't have to leave me alone. I got nothing to do. I'm not going nowhere. I'm shut down. No, anyway. No, I thought I would work with him and see him when I did the episode of Meet the Browns, because he's usually on set and at times he's directed some of them. But my particular one, he didn't direct, but another, Roger Bob, who I know, who is amazing. Roger Bob directed it. And so I didn't get a chance to see him. I've been at events, but I'm not one of those ones. I know everybody's trying to pull with you where I get up into his face. And yes, I've been told so many times in regards to Phylicia Rashad, I love her. She's another brilliant actor. She is very brilliant actor.
Well, thank you so much, Miss West, for being here on the Highlight Reel.
Yes, and we also want to give Miss West a chance to share with her audience about her upcoming shows. Is there anything up and coming that you want to share with our audience, and also tell us how we can find you? Are you on social media?
Yes. Well, up and coming, with the pandemic, there hasn't been much that I've been doing this year. Still auditioning from home, still doing those tapes and submitting them. I did get a call for avails for a movie that's supposed to be shooting. I haven't heard back about that, but some of those things we can't really talk about.
Yeah.
And I don't, a lot of times we don't talk about them until they actually
Happen.
out there. But
Yeah.
I would say that when the people who will be watching this, which I know will be in this month of December, they can tune in to Aspire TV because they'll be running my Christmas movies all during all during December. So Aspire TV, check your local listing. I know if you have Direct TV, it's channel 381 and Comcast 188. But check your local listing because I don't know all of them. And then it's on other providers run it too, but that's during this month. And then they're running a lot of reruns of not just Christmas movies. Aspire TV on a lot of the streaming platforms, Amazon streaming, they air some of my stuff. Brown Sugar, which is Bounce's streaming, they're airing Christmas, and they're also Hallmark Now. They're also airing the Christmas movie. So I'm just loving the fact. And then I just found out because I logged into this gathering, virtual gathering the other night to support my friend who is the writer, Rhonda Baraka, of all of the Christmas movies, and several other stuff. She's doing stuff all
She's
over.
great.
Wow.
Yeah, and she was one of the panelists, so I decided I'd support her. And then Melinda Williams, who plays my niece in all of the movies, and she's all over the place. They were on this, and so as they were talking, I realized that they're going to be, if they aren't already, airing our Christmas movie on the Africa channel. So, and I found that out and I said, whoa, I just joined to support them and hear what they were talking about. And they start talking about the movie and thanking the person who was the moderator, thanking them for, them being on us being on the Africa channel. So
wow.
So all of that good stuff. And like I said, Aspire TV, when you kind of check in, a lot of times on my social media, I will post when some of the stuff is coming up, which are not Christmas movies. They run stuff. Aspire TV runs my stuff all throughout the year, many movies that I've been blessed to do. I've done about 16 movies for Up TV, which now are being shared with Aspire. So they share programming. So
wow,
that is awesome. Congratulations.
Thank you.
That is amazing.
Absolutely.
Find me on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, all in my name, Deeta. I should have had it. Well, you can just put it out there, Deeta West, and they can go there and just to follow me, and they'll be able to kind of keep up with some of my stuff.
Okay. Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much. This was so amazing. You are amazing.
Oh, thank you. You are.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I guess we'll let you go. Thank you again for being our first guest on the highlight reel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Amazing guest. Amazing first guest. Thank you so much.
Thank you. And I wish you all of the success with the show. And I'm glad that I'm the first one. And I hope that I've set the ground.
You set the bar.
Yes, you have.
That's the bar. And
set the bar high.
With all of you and everybody that's watching, I want to leave this last thought that I heard this actor, I believe he's from Ghana, and he was on that same panel that I was listening to. His name is Chris, I think it's Attoh, Attoh, and he said something and it rose up in my spirit. And he said, when your why, WHY, is big enough, you will find your how.
Amen.
That thing peeked up in me. I got goosebumps right
now. Amen.
And it hit everybody because the moderator said, wait, I need to go back to what you did. Can you repeat what you said? And she had her pen. I grabbed my pen. He said, when your why is big enough, you will find your how.
How.
Oh.
Amen. Amen. I love that. I love that. That's so inspiring.
Whoopi Goldberg is an American actress, comedian, author, and television personality. She has won an Emmy Award, a Grammy Award, an Academy Award, and a Tony Award. Goldberg's film breakthrough came in 1985 for her role as Celie in the Steven Spielberg's period drama film The Color Purple, for which she was nominated for an Academy Award for Best Actress and won her first Golden Globe Award. Her role as Celie resonated with me because I grew up in the South Bronx during the crack era. Like Celie, I felt trapped. After being placed in foster care and separated from my siblings, I longed to be reunited someday. And just like Celie was reunited with Nettie, I too was reunited with my siblings. Some of my favorite movies starring Whoopi Goldberg are, of course, The Color Purple, Ghost, Sister Act 1, and Sister Act 2. You can catch Whoopi Goldberg hosting The View weekdays on ABC at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Thank you, Whoopi, for paving the way.
Thank you for joining us on the Highlight Reel. We are your hosts,
Lester Green.
and I'm Nas Panky. Join us every Friday evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Until then, peace, love, and popcorn.
And popcorn.